night segment of the WebTV Corona Watch and a day 3 coverage of the lockdown in Lagos, FCT Abuja and other parts of the country, where we bring you updates on the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on the global, African and Nigerian economy. Let us begin with the latest updates from Nigeria. At the moment, the total number of confirmed cases in Nigeria is now 184, with 2 deaths and, interestingly, 20 recoveries. That's the positive one. Now to developing stories. The International Monetary Fund has announced a global recession amidst the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, which has adversely affected various key sectors across the global economy. Managing Director of the IMF, Christina Georgieva, at a recent meeting of 189 members of the IMF and the G20 Forum disclosed this, stating that it will focus on developing and low-income countries that are going to be worst hit by the coronavirus pandemic. At the end of the meeting, she announced the following key steps that will be taken by the key International Financial Development Agency. First, there will be proposals to double emergency financing capacity, simplifying the processes and filling the gap in concessional financing. Second, there will be reviews of lending instruments to see what might be missing in the context of this crisis, and so that it can be designed in an appropriate response. For example, expanding the use of precautionary credit lines, bringing forward short-term liquidity, and also for countries to approach the fund and assess the tools they require, the needs that they have. She said the sooner countries can approach the IMF and obtain necessary financing and implement good policy, the better chance they have to contain the damage and move towards recovery. Third, many of the member countries who are faced with rapidly building pressures on debt, which they need to address. On that note, the board will approve changes in the application of the Catastrophic Containment and Relief Trusts, which can provide some debt relief to poorest member countries. IMF will be seeking support from the members to increase the capacity for CCRT, which has received pledges from support from key economies like UK, Japan and China, and their hopes that this will follow quickly. Last but not the least will be the urgent need to secure the borrowing capacity of the fund through the new arrangements to borrow, NABS, and bilateral borrowing arrangements. In this context, it will be very encouraging that the NAB approval will be part of the US stimulus package that is before the US Congress. Other countries will be required to also support in this regard. The IMF MD said it has received requests for assistance from 50 low-income and 31 middle-income countries. She also stated that the global economy should witness recovery from the recession by 2021. In the tech space, the coronavirus pandemic has created immense opportunities for businesses, and one of them is Zoom, the video interactive service. Since the global lockdown in over 15 key economies, Zoom has witnessed a massive increase in its services across nations. Zoom users have surged this period from 10 million to 200 million as the world continues to adjust to the work from home experience. That is what we call real-time innovation and technology. In the United States, the Covid-19 impact continues to hit the global economic giant as jobless claims for March 2020 increased to 6.6 million. This comes even as 90% of Americans are currently observing the lockdown experience, and the federal and state governments are working assiduously to curb the spread of the coronavirus. Indeed, the global recession is beginning to take its toll. In Nigeria, the National Center for Disease Control has announced that it will increase its COVID-19 tests per day to 1,500. This will help in the detection and treatment of the coronavirus issues in the country. The NCDC also stated that it has activated its 7th test lab in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, and is working towards expanding the labs to 13 other states across the country. The COVID-19 Presidential Task Force in Nigeria, chaired by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, also informed the nation that the testing kits, personal protective equipment, and other facilities provided by the Jack Ma Foundation to Nigeria has been distributed across the nation to improve healthcare service, delivery, and the reduction of the impact of coronavirus in the country. We're expecting that with the 1,500 tests per day, we'll be able to create more awareness and know those that are negative and positive for effective treatment of the pandemic. And that will be all for our Day 3 coverage of the lockdown of the WebTV show series on Corona. We just implore you to visit our website, www.proshng.com, to get more updates from our news stories and videos. You can also follow our social media platforms showing on the screen for further updates on our market reports. Till we come your way again, thank you for watching, and please stay safe.